have issues. You know what I mean? We're going to argue. But what good family do is after we argue, we may not talk for a week or two, but we patch it back up and we move on as family. And that's important for what my father stands for. So there's no way we can be the children of a man that still of one love and be separated and segregated within ourselves. That would be hypocrites. So, you know what I mean? The mission continues. Yeah. Yes.
I'd just like to thank you very much for having the courage to come forward with your truth. Because what it does is normalizes our pain as Black people.
Right.
And it helps us all be able to do that. And I want to thank you very much for having that courage, because I know that that's what it took you to be able to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, young man.
My mom has a Bob Marley poster.
Nice. Do you listen to the music? Do you listen to the music?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, love.
I want to thank you for coming here to the Bay. Love you here. We love all the Marleys.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just want to say, when we think of the Marleys, we always think of positivity, something positive. And looking through this book, you know, it's not to say that it's negative, but it prompts a couple of questions about, you know, what might have happened in the Marley's life. Was it all positive? Is there something you want us to learn from this book? What prompted you to write it?
What prompted me to write it, first of all, was, and I say it all the time, was just so my fans and friends should understand who KyMani is, have a better insight on me. You know, I think a lot of what I get, a lot of what I used to get from the critics is that, how is it, why do I feel I have the right to sing about certain things, right? When my father is Robert Nesta Marley, king of reggae, you know, they automatically assume that my upbringing was the silver spoon with the chauffeur and the cooks and everything else. Well, my reality was totally different. So it was very important for me, for you, to know the man that's sitting in front of you and singing to you about uplifting yourself out of the struggle. You know, it's important for you to know that this man is a man that was in the struggle. And I'm talking to you on a first-hand basis, not from what the dude across the street is telling me, but what I've experienced for myself. So that's why this book is important. And also, hopefully that at the end of you reading the book, if you're in a situation, you will be inspired. You know what I mean? To want to elevate yourself, to want to be a positive role model.
Very much so. I just wanted to hear you say it.
That's right. Yes, sir.
In your book, you were stating you were basically reaching out to your brothers,
Yes.
and you wanted some kind of healing there. So is that pretty much healed now?
Yeah. You know, I said definitely.
Okay. And the next thing, are they supporting you on your music? I know you stated that in your book.
Yeah, you know, all right. Let me tell you, we're definitely in a better place right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, is that good? Yeah.
I got some Guinness.
Yeah.
Just start pressing all the buttons. Yo, the bonus. Oh, so. He's coming.
KyMani.
Yeah. Are you again? Yeah. All right. And as far as the support in the music,
I got one more question. Sorry, can't go ahead. I'll let you finish.
the support has always been there. You know what I mean? We do a lot of music together. We record a lot together. I think what it is, and what they came to realize after writing the book, see, sometimes they take it that my music is a little bit aggressive, and it can't be. You know, I'm a person that I tend to write off how I feel. I tend to write off the vibration that the atmosphere gives off to me. You know what I mean? So I tend not to sugarcoat my music or put it in a box that sometimes, you know, people would rather me put music into. And, you know, it's funny because a lot of things that I went through as a child, my brothers and sisters didn't know that. It's really after the book and after all the tabloids and the controversy that we really sat down and spoke of certain things. And I remember my last conversation with Stephen, at the end of the conversation, he said to me, it seems like the book was necessary in order for not only for them, but for me to know who you are. Yeah. You know, so, for me, and I remember reading the first edit, you know, after writing the story and then reading it back for myself, I remember even becoming emotional again, because a lot of things that I expressed in the book, I thought was buried and gone. You know, even the part of my father's funeral and me listening in a barbershop. You know, it's not only that I read the book and I started to write the book that came back out. So for me, it was therapeutic also. This was something that I needed to do in order to free myself of the bottled up emotions that I had and to be able to move on now.
Okay, now your Summer Olympics, when you were 6. Yeah, and your mom forbidden you to run without shoes.
Yeah.
Was that bold? You were actually racing against?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's from the same parish. No.
Sorry. Okay, you just said if you see my mom, then run.
Yeah, I'm just telling him.
Okay. I thought you were faster than him, so.
Yeah. My brother.
Went down, like, what is the distinction of who stayed in, like, you have, like, Damien from Sydney Breakspear and Julian from, like, a woman in England, like, how did they then become the family unit? Like, were you on the outside of that, or is that,
you see,
like, Makeda and Yvette, like, there's, like, some people who don't fit into
the alright. Like I said, a lot of what happened as far as estate is concerned, as far as the fight was concerned in the early years, was orchestrated through the adults. The children always had that connection. See what I'm saying? We didn't see each other as much as we would like to because of the adults. So when we were able to move without the adults, that's when the unity started to come together more. When you no longer needed mom to jump on a plane or bring you down the street, or you know what I mean? And like I said, Stephen, my older brother, he's responsible for a lot of that unity, because it was Stephen that was basically the centerpiece that made sure that he pulled from all angles and made sure that we was all together. Yeah.